y'all, welcome back. This is Pete with Handicap Outdoors. Today we are working on the boat trailer. If you are following the fishing video, you will remember that during one of our last boating adventures, one of the bunks on the trailer was sheared off on the front completely, and since the board was rotted in the back, it just popped off. I managed to get the boat home without any serious damage to the bottom of it. It still does leak. We will have to eventually sand and reseal the entire bottom, but that's for another video. Today, we will be using a grinder and cutting wheel to completely remove the remaining bunks, the remaining brackets in the back, the roller in the back, and this roller. And if there is time, we'll be mounting the new bunks. I have the boards right here. We'll be doubling them up. We will be doing 4 wide so that I will be able to put a bunk between these two and between this one and the outside. So it'll be resting on 4 bunks total. I do have carpet back there all rolled up and nice by my wheelchair that I still need batteries for. I will eventually have to cut that and lower it. I do have new hardware for everything, so hopefully we can get this entire trailer working out nicely for the boat. So let's move the trailer outside and get it cutting. Alright everyone, I figured I'd give you all a quick rundown of the tool I'd be using today. Alright, right here we have a Walter Mini angle grinder. I actually won this about 3 years ago in a raffle. Basically paid $3 worth of raffle tickets and put in the box, or the little milk carton or whatever it was for this one, and lo and behold, I won it. So far, haven't run it at all. This is basically brand new. I just pulled it out the box because this is the first project I actually have for it. It came with this guard, came with a little spacer, so it can be used with cutting wheels and grinding wheels. Has this guard on it that can be moved. Has this really nice handle with little rubberized grips on it. Little stop wheel, little trigger down here, and a really nice long cord, which is good because I could not find a extension cord for it. So I didn't have anything to use for an extension cord. I did have to go out and pick up blades. They were a little more expensive than I wanted to spend on this. But, you know, since Menards had their, no mask, you can't enter thing, and when I told them to bite me, they said get out the store, well, things happened. But when you're grinding on things, you have to make sure you have the right ones. And this one, it should say on it, steel. Now, they did have ones for stainless steel. They also had ones for masonry. And it is very small writing on it, and they do have a lot of other crap on the disc that you have to read through in order to find what it is that you're trying to find. I also picked up a grinding wheel, and these also came in different types. They had different RPMs on them. This is metal steel. They also had ones for aluminum. They also had ones for masonry, and so on and so forth. But make sure you pick up the right ones and the right size. This one takes 4.5-inch wheels, and I had to pick up one that was 4.5-inch. If I picked up one with a 5-inch, if I picked up a 5-inch wheel, it wouldn't work. So if I picked up a 4-inch wheel, I'd be selling myself short, and I'd have a wheel that was about down to my fingernail, give or take, that much closer to the center there, and I'd be able to do much less with it. Too big, and it wouldn't fit inside the guard. And it would be digging into where your fingers would be down in here if you took off the guard. So there's the tool. Let's see the setup outside. Alright, so here's where I will be working. Right inside that door, right by the white cabinet, there is a outlet that I will be using. Had to park as close as possible to it. Because I don't have an assistant or anything to hold the camera, don't have a good tripod, I will have to do frequent updates throughout the day to, just show you how things are going. But I will plug it in and get to it. Hey, also small hiccup in the plan. I have it plugged in there. The cord stretches and reaches just about the other side of the trailer, and that's it, folks. So I'll be sitting on this bunk and doing what I can to get that side done, and then the middle, and then this side. So, yeah. Cord not quite as long as I thought it was, but that's still a good, 10-foot cord. Well, let's see how it goes. Oh, and a word about safety. Don't try this at home, because I am doing this without the proper safety equipment. The proper safety equipment would be safety glasses, which these are not, a face shield, which I do not have. Hearing protection is optional. Work gloves are also optional, because you don't want to get them too close and, caught up in the spinning blade, of course. But they would help you with sharp corners and hot objects. Leather, closer fitting the better. But, yeah, face shield and safety glasses, two things that you should have, but I do not. This is part of a headset system, Bluetooth, that I'll be wearing for listening to music while I do this. It's also a little bit of hearing protection. These are noise canceling. If I happen to get a phone call, I'll be able to hear it and talk to people. And, stuff. But don't do this without the proper safety equipment. I am a semi-professional, and I am taking my own safety into risk. I am aware of this fact. I am not an idiot. I am very poor. That's my disclaimer. So don't try this at home without the proper safety equipment. Alright, folks, so that is one bracket and two bracket. They came off a lot easier than I thought they would. That one will need a lot of grinding cleanup, but that one came off nice and clean. Alright, on to these, which look like they're a lot worse. So, let's see how they go. Alrighty then, folks. That one came off in practically one piece. So, not a problem. That one kind of came off in multiple pieces. Bearing, bracket piece over here, bracket piece over there. Oh, you know, stuff. Alrighty then. Now, to get this last bunk done. Whew. I don't know, it's probably been less than an hour. Making good progress. It's warm today. Not too bad, though. Whew. Tell you what, though, there's a killer on the back. And a little warm in the pants, too. Keep getting sparks thrown up on my jeans, and that gets a little warm. You know, jeans aren't made of denim anymore. They're just made of plain cotton. You can't find good denim jeans anymore. Even Levi's. That's a gripe you can take right to the company. Where can I get good, solid denim jeans that won't, you know, disintegrate? Anywho. Gotta cut this off and then take the grinding wheel to all the welds and stuff that I've, you know, cut off. And I got some spray paint that I can just shoot over it to touch them up so that it doesn't, you know, rust over and stuff. You know, it will be off color and everything. It won't be pretty, but at least it won't rust all to hell and cause big problems. But, you know, stuff, and more stuff. Well, back to her. You know, I thought this last one was going to be a pain in the butt. Especially how the back, with the board still on it. But that came off extraordinarily well. All in one piece. So, yeah. Let's get to grinding. And then touch it up. And then start putting planks on. So, I guess this video is kind of a review on the Walter Mini grinder and how well it does grinding and cutting. So far, cutting, I think it cuts beautifully. You know, considering my capabilities and everything, I think it cuts beautifully. I got this grinding wheel on now, this Fortnite, picked up at Ace Hardware. So, yeah, let's see how well it grinds off these remainder of welds that I just recently cut. Let me switch hands here. I'm just gonna turn it on here, see if I can even do this with one hand. That was a small one, but that was really nice. And that is smooth. I mean, I don't know what the RPMs are on this thing exactly. I'm sure it tells you right there in that little spot. But that was really nice, even with one hand. Huh. But, yeah, that ground like butter. I don't even know if that makes... I don't know if that makes sense. But I'm going to grind off what's left on the trailer here. I'll show you the before and the after So, yeah, we'll just string together a before and after take. And then I'll paint them up. Just got some white spray paint, what's left over in a can for now, so we'll see. And then I have to get the boards and stuff on, and I don't know if I can find any staples or whatnot to put the carpet on, but boards, carpet, and everything like that, that's the rest of today, and maybe able to get the boat on. I don't know. If there's enough time left in the evening, try and fish. Why not? So, yeah, let's give her a shot. So, here's a before take. Here's a front rail. That one I already did, but that's the only welds. On the back, we got those two. We got that, and that, and then those two, which I cut. And those are the welds. So, I will show you the after. Alrighty then, folks, here is the after. Now you can see this one, I cut a little too deep, but the grinder cleaned those up real nice. I mean, aside from my inability to cut shallow, those cleaned up really nice. Now as for the back, you can't really tell that there were welds there, but I did try and clean up the entire bar, and as you can see, it is pitted with rust and everything else. I mean, yeah, here was a weld, over here was a weld, but everything in between that pit is half a pea. I mean, you could cut a pea in half and fit it down in there. I mean, this entire plank, I even tried to clean up the backside where the welds were, down here and down here, but all of this is pitted to all hell. But I did clean up best I could, so I have to pick everything up, take everything over back underneath the lean-to, quick up paint it, let it dry to touch. That shouldn't take too long, and then start measuring out and getting the boards ready to go on. I'll also get rid of these existing wires for the taillights, because those taillights don't work. They're basically reflectors now. I use the magnetic lights, and these wires, as you can see, this one is pinched off right there. There's a pinch right there. They're exposed there. They're corroded on the inside. There's a couple pinches further up. That's just for the right side. For the left side, they're hung down. It's pinched right there behind the tape. They're exposed underneath duct tape over there. I mean, whoever had this trailer last was terrible electrician. So, I'm going to have to redo the entire lighting system if I keep this trailer. But I think I'll just use the magnetic until this trailer is scrap. Which might be a couple years. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to get the bunks on, which probably won't last 2-3 years. But we'll get that going. I just have to get out of this square I'm in now. And my back is killing me. Oh, that's a lot of bending over. But on to the next step.